But just Coach Frost doesn't do that. You guys ready to roll? I want to tell you about my weekend. We won the Emeritus Classic. I got to hang. Clarence Thomas sat in my box. That's the Supreme Court Justice for you young people that don't know politics and government. Watched the match. He's a big fan of ours. He was there, and got to hang out with him for a while. And then Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle roll into the office. They hang out for a while. And then the highlight was the football game and hanging out with Megan McGill's parents for 2 hours waiting for the rain delay. So great weekend. So pumped we won. We put up good numbers. It's a big week. Creighton's the best team we've played up to this date. So we're going to have our hands full, and we're going to have to be ready to have a great effort up in Omaha. I saw the tickets. I got online there last night. I was trying to get on Creighton's roster, and it took me to buy tickets. If you're on the lower bowl, it's $146. So must be a big match.
You put Creighton above Florida right now?
Yep, no question.
What impresses you about this?
You got two left sides. Their transfer setters doing a really nice job. Ballinger's been a great player the whole time she's been there. Brittany Witt's a great libero. You know, they're only playing one freshman really, so they're experienced. They know what they're doing. I think they went on a foreign trip this year, if I'm not mistaken. I think they went. So they look really smooth.
So how important is this match?
Well, they're all big. You know, we're approaching this as like, you know, the mindset for us is this is what it's going to be like going to a regional final. It's going to be like going to the Final Four. You know, we're going to a gym that is a neutral gym, and it's not, you know, it's a huge match on the line. And Iowa State's just as big on Sunday.
Do you already have plans in place to continue the Creighton series beyond this year?
Yeah. I think we're. You can ask Kirsten, but I think we're committed for next year, or a date to play here.
Can you set like a long-term deal for the series, or do you just have to do it every year?
Well, the problem is I would do that, but she's got the other, you know, these 4-year deals that move around, so her schedule's moving all over the place. So I think next year we're playing week 1 instead of week 3. So I think we got to approach it each year where it fits in.
This weekend you said that Lauren Stivrins had turned into a game changer. How do you see her at a different level this year from last year?
Well, she's physically she's at another level. She's mentally she's at another level. She understands what she's doing. She hit over 500 this weekend. She served. I think her serve was 4 aces, 2 errors. You know, that's a kid who's never served before. You know, she made a couple digs when she needed to. So I just think she has a mindset. She's willing this team to wins. Last year she was kind of this long for the ride.
Has Haley Desberger exceeded your expectations like she did last year?
No, I got higher expectations for her. She's got to keep going to another level. So we're actually going to work on that in practice today. Give her a libero version of trash can. So. No, she's doing a solid job. She served amazing this weekend. Like maybe one of the highest numbers I've ever seen for a tournament. But her passing and defense, you know, I'm trying to get her where Sydney was last year. And, you know, Sydney was impacting games. Haley can get there. She's just not quite there yet. But we're going to work on it.
You had mentioned also you want Lauren to sort of take on more of a leadership role on the court. What exactly are you looking for her to do?
And just her presence, you know, on and off the court, and being somebody that, you know, mentoring Callie, which she's done a great job, and Aneshka. She's kind of the leader of those middles, but doing it on and off the court, taking care of them. You know, we're trying to develop her into a leader starting in January. Her presence, how she comes to practice, how she approaches everything, how she approaches her preparation, just all those things, you know, becoming a little bit more of a, you know, professional approach to it as opposed to, you know, just going to go out and play. So I think she's really become a student of the game. I guess that's probably what I'm really trying to say. she's mentoring, leading, and she's become a student of the game. I mean, she could take you in and give you a blocking clinic on video. So that's where she's evolved to. Really fired up about that.
John, how do you describe the level of pressure you feel for the Creighton match, knowing that this is a program you've never lost to yet they're on the come right now, and there's in-state.
Hey, a year ago they were ranked higher than us. So I don't know if there's any pressure. We're looking forward to a great competition, you know, and for us it's just part of our preparation to get for the Big Ten, and they're going to be a high RPI team because they've played some good teams. And, you know, they're not afraid to play big teams anymore. I mean, they've already played USC. They're going to Illinois. They played Kentucky. So I just think it's a great, and for the state of Nebraska, I mean, there's probably going to be over 10,000 in there. And we all ought to be proud of where the women's volleyball is in the state, and there's a great example of it. So I don't feel any pressure. I'm looking forward to a great competition because, you know, you look on paper, they're way more experienced than us, and they've been in a lot more bigger matches than we have with that group than we have.
John, you had a huge following 4 years ago when you played there against Creighton. Is this a home match for you on the road?
I mean, I think it's I don't know. I don't think it is because, I mean, there'll be a lot of Creighton people there too. They'll be trying to hold their own. But I think because it's in whatever CHI now, it's, you know, still a neutral venue, so it's still going to be different. This will be our first technically road match, and so this will be. We got to go through a whole new experience now. It's different on game day. We're going to go up there Wednesday and stay in the hotel just so we get used to going on the road. I mean, I got 8 players that've never been on the road. They've only experienced Devaney. So again, a learning process for us.
Can Kayla and Kinsey help those younger players through all that?
I hope so. They have been all summer, and up to this point, they're doing awesome.
Coach, I know you're focused on Creighton, but could you touch on Sarah's induction in the Hall of Fame and how good of a player she was to in this program? Yeah,
that's the other big thing this weekend is you know, we've been working on this for several years trying to get her back, but because of her commitment trying to become an Olympic beach player, which she did in the last Olympics, she's been playing on all these weekends in September all over the world. So it just happened to work out. We got it all lined up. I think her parents are coming in, but she's not only is she getting inducted into, she's going to get her jersey retired. She's getting inducted in the Hall of Fame here with Coach Osborne and Coach Devaney. So I don't know how you have any bigger compliment than that. And she's going up on our wall as I think the 6th or 7th player I think to go up there. So she's probably the most decorated college volleyball player in the history of volleyball. I mean, when you look at the awards she won, volleyball-wise and academic, I'm not sure anybody could top that. So, so it's going to be great to have her back and honor her and for her career here.
Is she the most dominant player that you've coached here?
There was times she was, you know. I remember UCLA semifinals, Final Four in Omaha. I mean, she just took over the match, just ripped off 10 straight jump serves, and. But we've had other. I mean, Nancy Mendring was. I mean, I saw her. I mean, she would get 35 kills a match. So the lefties, land of the lefties. But she's a great player and still playing at, you know, however old she is. How old is she? She's probably 33 years old, maybe, still playing, and she's trying to win a medal in the Olympics this year. So it'd be good to interview her. And the other cool thing about Sarah, you know, she was a great student, really loved school. She chose Nebraska because, if you guys remember the story, her dad randomly picked out and called up a professor out of the book. It was an engineering guy, and talked to him for 45 minutes about going to academics here because, you know, she was looking at Stanford everywhere. And she chose to come to school here because of that conversation with that engineering professor. And, you know, and so when I talked to her earlier this summer, I mean, she hasn't gone to med school yet, but she's like getting all these degrees, taking all these classes. I mean, she has not stopped being an academic learner, which is really cool because, you know, she's traveling all over the world, has played all over the world, but still continues with that. And maybe someday she'll be a doctor.
So one thing that stood out about her for people who hadn't seen her play, what made her
She was one of the most competitive players I've ever coached, and I probably was not prepared as a coach for her level of competitiveness. Just from I guess being around guys, you see that, but around girls, and I think that's one of her strengths. Plus, she was really gifted, you know. And again, this is another great story. You know, she was a 4-sport athlete, and her dad had her play soccer. You know, was a really tall. You know, she's 6'5". Played soccer, played basketball, badminton. That's why she has such a great arm swing, and then of course volleyball. And so again, another case for being multi-sport athletes for kids growing up.
Anything else?
Yeah, you guys put that on there. I'll get your ratings up. All right, thanks.